Hi everyone, it's Boxycozysilver or Michael back with another speed build, and this speed build is my first speed build using Snowy Escape, and I've got to admit, I'm loving the pack. I think it's great. I haven't done much. I have done a few things actually. I have played a little bit of, and I had to have my Sims go skiing. I have done rock climbing yet, but I have not had a Sim die. I really kind of want that to happen because that is a lovely new death we've got in the game. But yeah, sorry, I'm just taking a drink. Yeah, this speed build is a little bit different because I was building something not super modern, but I wanted to kind of go with a neutral palette inside, so that anyone who downloads it can kind of make it their own. And I always seem to go with the same neutral tones, even in like my modern builds. I quite usually go for neutral tones. This build was a little bit different though because I'm using the Snowy Escape pack, so it was great fun to do. I will say I'm loving platforms, but they're a little bit tricky to play with. And that's the true honesty. They are a bit of a pain to play with. I don't think for any bad reason they're pain to play with. It's just every time you place one, you seem to delete a wall and then issues, and then for some reason they act up with pillars. So pillars and columns just, or rather columns, not pillars, but I call them pillars. So you can call them columns, potato, potato. They do the same thing. They seem to glitch with platforms. You end up having them jump up a little bit when there's a platform near them. I don't know why. And then they stick up from a bit, and then when you try and shorten them, they go, sorry, you can't do that. And then for some reason, when I put them on the corner, when I started building the kitchen later, it just didn't work. It was going, sorry, you can't place this kitchen island here, even though the pillar was on the outside corner of the house, when that's never happened to me before. So if anyone else has experienced that, please let me know in the comments. Like, hello, has anyone else experienced this yet? Or is this just the new glitch we've got? But yeah, it took me forever to decide what I'm going to do to the roof. I ended up going with this, and then I ended up going with a different tile, I think, in the end, because originally this was the tile I picked. And trying to find a wood tone that kind of matched the wood tone was impossible. I think I ended up going with like this really dark colour in the end, which worked. Oh, and then on the inside, I decided I want to use these windows, but I really wanted to use some of the modern windows, but I couldn't figure out where at this time to fit them in the build. This bit here you're seeing, I delete this. Like, I decided in the end, I'm not using this room. This is not going to be here. And it let me scooch the house over to give it a decent sized garden. Originally, I was going to make it a study, and then I kind of needed that wall, so I ended up adding new windows. But one of the things you'll notice is later on is the windows in the living room area, like the open plan living area, before you step up into the platform to go to the kitchen area when you see it start drawing. I ended up changing the windows to the modern tall window, like glass windows, because it worked much better with it, because I used curtains in it. The bathroom upstairs took me forever to work out, and in this room I decided, no, I'm not going to have it. Yes, I'm going to have it, and I placed a roof, but then in the end I actually extend this wall underneath that roof by one, and I make the room slightly bigger above as well, and I end up turning it into a double room as well. So there's two double rooms, only one of them's got an ensuite and there's another bathroom. So that's kind of what I did there. You could, if you wanted, make the bathroom slightly smaller on the upstairs and then make that room split in half and make it two singles or a double, or make it a twin room for two twins, or whatever you want to do. It's up to you. But I made this home for at least up to 4 Sims if they're two couples, or 3 Sims if you've got a couple and a child. They could technically use the other double bed. Or if you're just Sims who are just wanting to move out, say you're playing a Sim family and they want to move out and move somewhere, you could put this in Mount Comerebi, you could put this in any world, change the design of the outside to make it fit the world a little by changing the wallpapers. Or you could have them move to Mount Comerebi, which I think I might do for one of my families that I actually play. When I test build things, I have build families and I build them up a bit and I use them to test my builds at all the time. Yeah, you could do that, and then they could live in this really nice kind of, like, that was how originally the floor plan was going to be, and then I was going to have 2 single rooms, and then I kind of went with no, and then it kind of goes back the other way, and this ends up being back where it is, and then this all changes. So what I deleted and then redo, I do it again. Like, I delete what I've done again, and then I redo it again. So yeah, it kind of ends up that. The hall was a pain. I was wanting the window in the hall, and I do love these sliding doors, but the only thing is we don't have a pair of doors that are inside the house, so I had to use the base game wooden doors because they were the only kind of colour I could find to match. But yeah, I used larger windows in the kitchen because the Snowy Escape pack only came with counters and no wall cabinets. I was like, so I ended up making the kitchen window much larger, I think, in the end, or I left it small. Then I put the fireplace in. I've got to admit, the 2 fireplaces that came with this build, I love them. I think this one is my favourite. It is really clean, and it's not got a frame, so it kind of matches any colour scheme, any design you want, and it's got a really nice lot. It just looks aesthetically pleasing. You can place it in almost, you could, to be honest, if it was me, you could place it in a cabin. I don't have the outdoor retreat pack, but I really want to, because I really do want to build a log cabin, some log cabins, which would be fun. But yeah, the fireplace kind of fits in anywhere, and you can put stuff above it, and you can put stuff on it, so it's brilliant. And I can probably put that in quite, because the modern fireplace I usually do is in my modern builds is not that one. It's the one that came with City Living, not City Living. Is it City Living? I can't remember. They changed the name. This, we'll go with City Living. It came with that pack, and it was good. And then I ended up buying it on a couch because I thought, do you know what, I'm going to, because this house is going to have a few sims. You could have people over, or you could have 4 sims, which is great. Good build. I didn't use all the furniture because I couldn't figure out how to place some of it, because I built obviously a small house. That door never ends up being there in the end. Again, you can see I use neutral tones, so I've gone for white here. I took out the colour. I tried to be as neutral as possible. The outside wallpaper drove me mad. I kind of had to cut out because I changed it like 12 times until eventually I'm going to go with this dark tone, and I'm not going to use the wall outside. I'm actually going to change that white bit using that wallpaper that I've used inside. I'm going to make it stone, so I ended up choosing a brick in the end. I did try and do the whole build in wooden tone, it didn't work, so then I went with what brick am I going to use, and I went through a few choices until I found this dark brick that I'd never used before, but actually worked really well against the wood for some reason. Is it this brick or is it the next brick? I can't remember. I just know I found the brick, this one, and that brick went really well with the wall, which was good. And then I did that for the whole thing, and I think it actually worked really well. And then I deleted the side bit. So where the patio is at the back, like that's not there anymore. That actually just comes with the back of this, and this whole lot comes over this way towards the screen right now, towards you, and we end up getting a garden on the side, and it looks a lot better. So we get like a pathway down one side, and we have a nice sized garden. And I did put a fireplace in the outdoor patio, and because this building technically, if anyone wants to place it in Mount Comaribby, it's where I recommend. Maybe on the starter lot, the little Simsy build, or maybe down to one of the lots, or maybe place it if you want to place it up in a thing. But it is a small lot, so bear in mind, if you place it on a large lot, it's going to look really out of place because it's going to have loads of land. I did not do much landscaping for this lot because I thought, it's going to be in a snow world, and usually when you place a lot of landscaping, don't worry. And this is the pillar problem. I had to use BB.move objects to make it fit. And then in the end, I didn't even use that because I ended up deleting that and putting the fridge in its place. And I was like, do I put the kitchen over here? But then when I extend this wall, I wanted to use the new table, originally the dining table, where I was just about to place the kitchen. I already knew this is where they built the kitchen to be. And you can see I figured out the cabinets and everything. And then I ended up going with the counters because this didn't work. And then I put the new bench seats in, which I do like. I do like the music for this game as well, and once it came for the build menu, it's really nice. I changed that to the counters, and then I put the cabinets. So then I wanted to put the table over there, and the table didn't fit because the space is only too wide, and I wanted 6 Sims to be able to fit around the table. Even though this house can only hold 4 Sims, Sims always have people over. They always come visit, which is a thing. So I ended up extending this wall by 1 and raising it up while using another platform. So technically the dining space is 1 higher. But what I've discovered using platforms, and if anyone else has discovered this when they're playing this game, has anyone noticed windows don't place at the normal height against walls? So like if you put 2 walls next to each other and then put slight half on a platform, you won't be able to line the windows up without using the alt. So that's kind of like not great, but I think it's because the game wants to keep the window roughly at the same wall height starting off as it does when you place it on a normal. So for instance, this wall height there, I think there's lamps on the outside that we're confusing. I had to use a cheat, but you can see the window where it is now is high, and when I raise the platform it's fine, but you can see how some of the windows, when you place the window instantly on the wall, when you take it from here, it'll snap where it wants to snap instantly. And then when you lift the platform up and you do the exact same thing, it'll snap at the normal wall height it does on a normal, like it snaps the same amount of spaces up. So I think it's just a thing, but you can fix it. It's not great if you have 2 platforms side by side, like, but hey ho, that's a different situation. Anyway, this looks really cool in the end. I went with the staircase, I went with this glue, and I did use seasons in this build. And I used seasons because I was able to place these pillars, and it went really well. And Seasons had this really good, I can't remember what it's called. I can't remember what it's actually called. Joins the two pillars. It was a really good way of giving like a kind of divide to the rooms. So there's a kitchen space, the dining space, and the living room. Even though they're on separate platforms, it didn't make the platforms look out of place by having the beams go over. And then upstairs, I did use the snowy escape for one room, and the other room I used, I think, Seasons bedding, because I'd already used Seasons. So I put thermostat in this house, which is good. I went for a very neutral tone. I went for wood, white, solid tones, and then I just found I remember fire alarm, and then at the very end when I was looking for something to put in the bin outside, I realised I've not put a bin inside, so there's now a bin in the build, which is good. This door ends up being gone because that room ends up gone, and that door kept glitching no matter how many times. Because every time I moved the lot or I did something major to the property, it just deleted it. For some reason, it just deletes it, and I had to replace it. But that's a different thing altogether. Yeah. It was a great fun build to do. I did have some fun doing the bathrooms though. Like when I did the bathrooms, I know that sometimes like you can give the Sims, they've got the university shower, and now with Mount Corn Rebel we've got another single shower that just goes on the wall. And I think it looks much better than the university one. It looks more modern. It looks like something you might actually have in a walk-in shower in a real house. It's got a mirror and it's on a chain, tube kind of thing. And it looks really cool. And because this was a very Japanese-inspired house, I'm not saying I'm Japanese or I know what Japanese style is, because I wanted to keep this very neutral, warm tones and a Japanese kind of inspired kind of design. I will say that. I used the lamps and the roof lights I don't normally use, which is it's like the paper ones that are just plain white, and they give a really nice warm neutral tone. They really worked against the white and the wood and everything in this build, so it worked really well, and that's what I put in all the upstairs. And downstairs I used the lights that were on the ceiling that came with Mount Komorebi. There is one thing though, the lamps that came with Mount Komorebi for the bedside table. If you don't use the bedside table and use the skinny one, you'll see in a minute, they look right out of place. They're too big for the cabinet, so I ended up using the candles, which I didn't know were candles. I thought they were just lamps, and they look gorgeous. I ended up making this room wider because I put the cabinet here, a mirror here, and then that mirror didn't work, so I went with the one that was very similar wood tone, which was brilliant. And this room looks great, but in the bathroom, what I did was I placed the shower and I raised it up by 2 tiles, so that, and then I used the glass panel we get to put between the shower and the cabinet, so it looks like the shower space. And that's like the glass part that lots of people do have in their showers that water hits against. So it looked a bit more realistic, and I really like the fact we can use just platforms for just stupid little things like that, but it's realistic. Some people have sunken showers, so if you build a bungalow, you can sink the shower into the floor. And if you're not using a bungalow and you're doing it like on an upstairs, you can raise it up by 1, and it kind of creates this divide separation. So it's more realistic, I think, for a shower situation. I was going to put Pride Flag there, and I thought, no. So I ended up using show hidden objects, and I got access to some really good, excuse my phone, I did get access to some really good new pieces of furniture. Anyway, I think I've babbled along long enough, and I'll let you watch the rest of the build. So if you really enjoyed the build, please leave a like on the video. If you disliked the video, please tell me why. If it was my talking, or if it was too long, or things like that, please tell me why. Other than that though, if you want to download the build, you can find it in my gallery under Boxycozysilver, or just type in Comfy Cozy, because that's all I've called this build, Comfy and Cozy. Or you can find it under Boxycozysilver in the gallery. Please find it, please download it, please use it if you want. It's a really good build. It's available now. There's a couple of other builds that are videos coming for, and you'll be able to download them as well. And I think there's also a couple of videos that have come out previously that the builds are now available. And there's a couple of builds that are now there, that are new builds I have done, but I haven't put the video up yet. So if you see them, there is a video coming for them. But yeah, I do want to do a challenge. My sister's given me a challenge to do a new Let's Play, and I actually am really excited for the Let's Play because it's a total twist on the 100 baby challenge. I'm not doing the whole challenge. We're going to see as many, and we're going to see how many babies we can do in a certain amount of time. I haven't decided how long that time is going to be. Yeah, we're going to do that, and I think I might do the 10-minute build challenge because me building a house in 10 minutes. No, this house took me 4 hours to do. 2 hours, I think it was an hour and a half to build the frame, and then like, it took me another hour and something odd to redo the interior, but then I'd already done the frame. So I'll probably do the 10-minute build challenge. I might even get my sisters to do the 10-minute build challenge. That'll be funny. But yeah, I'll probably do that one. But yeah, this house took a long time to do. You can see there's me changed the bathroom, made it bigger, and I made the other bedroom, and I kind of didn't want to use the same furniture, so I went with the Snowy Escape furniture, which, not Snowy Escape, I used the Seasons furniture. So this build, if you do download it though from the gallery, it does have Laundry Day and Snowy Escape. It is mainly Snowy Escape, but it does have Seasons, and it does have Laundry Day. If you do download it with Laundry Day, all you're going to lose is the hampers and the washing machine and the washing line outside. You're not going to lose much. I think that's it. If you do download it with Seasons, this whole bedroom roughly will disappear, and a couple of things throughout the house. I'm 100% sure the only things really you lose is a plant downstairs, the thermostat, and basically this entire bedroom will roughly become empty, because I used like mainly the Snowy Escape stuff in here. I didn't use any of it really in the bathroom. And you can see I'm like, oh, where am I going to put this bookcase? Should I put this, make this the office? And I decided no, and you'll see in a minute. I think I just go, no, that desk is coming upstairs, and I just took it upstairs. What I hadn't realised at this time though, when I placed this desk and I was trying to work it in, I was like, oh, this is too close to that bed, and I don't want to use it. That wall's meant to be back one more to match the floor downstairs, so when I move it back, it works better, and I put a nice rug down, and it works. And there's me going, oh, I've not put a bin inside, and match the colour. So yeah, it looks really good. I changed a couple of things by the end of this, but anyway, I think I've talked enough and bored you all. So thanks for watching the video, and if you've stuck around till the end, please subscribe to the channel, press the bell button to get notifications on new videos. I hope you enjoy the build, and yeah, go download it under Boxycozysilver on the Sims Gallery. Go find it, build it, place it, and enjoy. And I hope you guys have fun with it. Thanks for listening, and see you on the flip side.